Hello everybody, Ultimate Bricks here, and welcome back to episode 2 of my LEGO American Ninja Warrior MOC. Quite a lot has happened since episode 1, so today I will be only focusing on the new stuff. So if you want to get an in-depth look at all of the stuff that has been here for a bit longer, go check out episode 1. It will be linked in the cards and the description. Pretty much every part of the course has been updated, from bulking up stage 1 to starting stages 2 and 3, and building pretty much all of stage 4. We'll go in order of stage, so make sure to stick around for the whole video because stage 4 is pretty impressive. The starting line hasn't changed that much, it's pretty much the same, but right after the first obstacle, this whole structure has been built up quite a bunch. This obstacle right here is the propeller bar. Competitors must jump from the mini tramp right there, up to the spinning propeller, and then across to the finish platform using the rope. All around it is this giant structure with all these support beams. The thing in the center right there is meant to be a screen, and it goes up pretty high and is connected right there. Overall, pretty secure looking structure, and I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out. On the other side of that is where the double dipper will be. There's not anything added onto the structure, but I am pretty happy with how the structure looks. So that's pretty simple. And then you dismount right there and go right into the jumping spider. For the jumping spider, competitors must use the mini tramp to jump into the chute and use both their arms and legs to keep themselves out of the water. To be true to the show, I've built up the sides using these angled support pieces, and I think it looks pretty cool, and that is on both sides. The spider climb itself is using clear pieces. As you can see, I put one of the collectible minifigure spider minifigs in there because I thought that was a funny thing to do. And then you can see the dismount platform is right there and leads right into the tire run. The tire run is these 4 small tires leading into one big tire, and then they will swing from a structure that is not yet added to the dismount platform right there. As you can see, I've added most of the cage around it. It is not secured yet, but I think it is looking pretty good. Next up is the warp wall. It is pretty similar to the first update, but I have made a couple small changes back here. Once you get to the other side, you go down those leveled steps and into the next obstacle. This is the stage 1 balance obstacle from ANW 10, and it works just like that. The competitors run across, but each one can spin left or right, so they have to keep their balance in the center, and then that brings them to the dismount platform. After they get to the dismount platform, there's a springboard right there that leads them up to these things right here. I don't remember the exact name for this obstacle, but competitors will jump up and swing on this obstacle using their hands, and it swings back and forth, and then they will lâcher to this one and swing to a cargo net that will be right here. They will climb up the cargo net and get onto this platform where the buzzer will be. Obviously, this is just the bare bones right here, and this platform still has lots of work to be done. I am pretty happy with the support rig for the rest of these obstacles though. It looks pretty finished, and I am quite happy with the way it turned out. Moving on to stage 2, nothing has really changed here, except for I added the fire pieces, and those are the same platforms as from update 1. I'm pretty happy with how the fire looks. I think it looks just like it does in the show, and I'm pretty happy with that. I added a couple of the initial support pieces as well as a dismount platform for the second to last obstacle, but other than that, not much has changed. Now let's move on to stage 3, where I've put in a lot of work recently, and I'm pretty happy with the results. So let me show you how it works. For stage 3, I haven't actually added in any obstacles yet, just the platforms in between obstacles and the start for the rigging. So the start platform here looks pretty good in my opinion. You can see the staircase right up there to get them up to the start, and that is built using studs not on top techniques to get those red and blue arrow designs. So I'm quite happy with that. You can see the rig right here is just built using a simple structure that goes up and then across like that. The space right here in the middle is where the first obstacle will go, and then this blue square right here is the first obstacle dismount pad. And I'm pretty happy with the way that came out. You can see it's just suspended over the water using the metal truss system. Then this next gap here is where the second obstacle will be, and the second obstacle dismount is pretty much identical to the first. Then the third obstacle space is pretty much the same. It's a little bit shorter, and then the third obstacle dismount place is a different shape and has a different pattern. The next gap is where stage 3's ultimate cliffhanger will go, and then the ultimate cliffhanger dismount is right there. The next remaining space is open. You can see there's no dismount pads, and that's because after the ultimate cliffhanger, there is no dismount pads until the final dismount pad that's all the way over there. I'll show that in just a second. But it's all upper body, and the only rest you'll ever get is maybe sitting on a bar or something like that. The finish platform for the whole stage is right here. It has the same colors as ANW10 with the black, gray, red, and blue in these kind of like arrow patterns, so I'm pretty happy with that. You can see there's the buzzer right there, the final buzzer, and then back here some staircases to get down so competitors don't have to jump, because in reality that is like at least 6 or 7 feet off the ground. So that is the finish platform, and I'm pretty happy with it. Those are all the changes that were made to stages 1, 2, and 3, and now it is time to take a look at Mount Midoriyama, stage 4. From everything that was changed from update 1, this is definitely what took the most time. It uses over 180 of those large truss pieces. It is just an absolutely enormous structure that towers over the entire course. Here is the bird's eye view from the top of the tower, and it's pretty crazy. Let's take a look at some of the details that are on the front of this MOC. The large white pieces are meant to be video screens that will display different logos and colors during the filming of the show. There are also these semicircle things that are right here, and they are just these large structures that have a bunch of lights just to make the whole thing look cooler. And that is also up on the top as well. All the way at the top, there is an Eclipse Graphics American flag printed Lego tile, and on the other side, where the Ninja Warrior flag is supposed to be, I just used 2 of the normal Lego flag pieces. Taking a look at some of the details on the top, you can see where the rope is attached. The rope in the real show is 75 feet long, so it is an absolutely massive thing. And it starts all the way down there, goes all the way up, and is connected here, and goes through this hole. And right there, you can see there's the buzzer, and the hole is surrounded by those curved tiles, which I think gives it a nice touch. Here's a better look at the rope climb. In the real show, those white and red squares in the back are labeled with how many feet in the air they are. Here's a better look at how it is actually constructed. You can see where the side ones are built using those angled hinge bricks on both of the levels that require that. There's a lot of symmetry in the build, as it's basically the same structure, just repeated a bunch of times. One more detail to mention is those little lights that are down at the base. You can see there are 8 of them altogether. Overall, it is just a massive structure that completely towers over the rest of the course. Alright, that's gonna do it for update number 2 of my LEGO American Ninja Warrior MOC. Feel free to leave a comment down below sharing your thoughts, and consider subscribing, turning on notifications, and liking the video if that's the kind of thing you're into. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!